Hey there. We're back. As promised. Said I'd be back for another one tonight. Give everybody an opportunity for those who have been able to make the live streams during the day. Which we had a lot of fun with, I think, this morning. But we're not going to do anything like that. Tonight we're going to get back onto what we normally do is goof around and have fun. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come up with some ideas. And I was just talking to Sip. And he'll be here in just a second. When he gets here, I want to tell you what we were just talking about. And it was great. It was great. Oh, it was an idea I came up with. And then Sip and I were having this conversation. Daniel Chronic and I were just going over this. We were having a banter. We were having a banter, right? And I'll tell you guys about it in just a second. So, I'm talking to Sip on the phone, right? And Sip says to me, I said to him, I'm gonna diarrhea in your pillow. And he goes, well, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, oh, what are you gonna do? He goes, I'm gonna invent a time machine. I'm like, uh-oh. He goes, I'm gonna go back into the past. And he goes, do you remember that time you farted in my car and you made me and the security guard guy nearly get sick and pass out? And I was like, yeah. He goes, I'm gonna go in the past and take you, knock you out, and put you in that car so that you have to smell your own farts in there. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, aha. Well, Sip, you created a paradox. I said to him, I was like, by you removing yourself from that vehicle, I don't want hairs in my mouth, and inserting me, you're going to remove that memory from your thoughts. You're going to remove that from your thought, then you're not going to remember to that memory, then to want to build a time machine to go back to do that, so it would never happen. Oh, well, see, what happened was, Zach, is that I was riding in the car with Sip, and we were out in California, and we were going through the gate to get back on post. It's hot in the desert, man. So the windows were all up, and man, I just let out this fart right as we're rolling up to the gate. We're sitting there with the windows up and waiting to give our IDs to get on. And I just let out a nice SBD, silent but deadly. And I turned to Sip, and as I always used to do to him when I would fart around Sip and I would do this, I would say, I'd turn to him and I'd say, hey, man, I'm sorry. And he'd always fall for it. And he'd go, what are you sorry for? And I'd say, your smell. Then he'd look over and he'd go, the hell, dude? Oh, God, kid. So at that exact moment, hey, David, we rolled up to the gate. It was our turn. Just as I said, sorry, dude. He goes, for what? He's rolling down the window to talk to the security guard, and it hits them both at the same time. Oh, my God. It was so funny. Oh, I couldn't help but die laughing. He'll be here in just a second. We should wait for Daniel Chronic to jump in. But hello, Lex. Hello, Zach. David. Thanks, guys, for coming on by again. Oh, that was good stuff, though. Tons of fun like that. But then Sip and I were talking then along the same lines of the time machine. I said, wouldn't it be great if we did a series like that where we go in the past and we watch. We did a series where it was like we did invent the time machine and we go in the past to watch ourselves doing some of the stories that we have. And he was like, yeah, that'd be cool and interesting. And I was like, do you remember Imagine though, Sip? I was like, do you remember the time we went jet skiing? And he was like, yeah. I was like, do you remember we saw two people parasailing? He was like, yeah. I'm like, dude, that was actually us from the future watching us jet ski so we could see you fall in the lake and lose your glasses. He was like, no, that couldn't be us. I would remember that. And I said, well, you wouldn't remember that yet, Sip, because it hasn't happened yet. So I was like, once we invent the time machine, then you and I will go into the past to watch us doing that, and then we'll remember it. But it hasn't happened yet, so of course you don't remember it. But that's what it was. And he was like, what are you talking about? So I was like, it makes sense. It does. Trust me, I was there. Glad we got that settled. Alrighty. Alrighty then. P-A-R-T. Why? Because I've got a... Not a very good Jim Carrey, I know. Shiver me timber. Arr, arr. Here's a question for ye. You guys want to hear a funny pirate joke? And I have to do voices with it, so it's really fun. You guys want to hear a pirate joke? You're related to John Hancock? Huh, too bad, because it's Herbie Hancock. A weird chat as always. I like with our weird chats. We come up with some good stuff, I think. Okay, but you guys want to hear a good pirate joke? Since you're the only three in here, you guys can get a decent one. I don't mind. It's a little long, but I promise you guys will love it. And like I said, I have to do voices with it, so it's a little bit of the best of both worlds. So, if you guys want to hear that, I'll be happy to do it. It is a pirate joke, too. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm back over to the chat. You're related to John Hancock. That's still cool, though, Zach Hancock. The movie with Will Smith, Hancock. I liked that movie. That movie was really cool, actually. I thought that movie was awesome. The first time I saw Hancock, I was in Iraq, and I had walked over to a friend's room to, like, I don't know, borrow a DVD or return a DVD or something. And he had it on his screen. And I walked in. I was like, hey, man, what's going on? Hey. And he was like, well, what you doing? I'm watching this movie. I'm like, oh, okay. He started looking at it for a second. That turned into a sit down. Oh, shit, the end of the movie. Man, dude, I didn't even mean to stay over here that long. My bad. Oh, no, it's good. That was my friend Lenizo. He was from Saipan. Really cool kid, Islander kid. Really cool. Loved the kid to death. He was funny. He was one of my favorite. He was one of the interesting people in the military. You meet so many people from all over the world. And he was an interesting person. He told me about these people on this one island that he said to me, and he had this cool accent. And he goes, hey, Green Bum, listen. I was one time on this island, right? And these people, they sing at you. And I was like, what do you mean they sing at you? He goes, this one alone comes up to you. She goes, how are you? And he goes, I didn't even mean to. And I was like, I am good. I was like, so he goes, they exaggerate their words and it sounds like they're singing everything at you. Would you like some more to drink? And he was like, it was true, but I'll never forget it though. That was the story he had told me. It was just really hilarious. And I guess he was on his island. They went to a neighboring island and that's where he met these people. And he'd never met them before. But he'd heard that they kind of always sing at you. And when he finally understood what it was. Hello again, Jack. We were going to tell a funny pirate joke, and I was going to do the voices for it, so I was telling some stories, too, about, time travel. Sip and I were talking time travel a few minutes ago, and that was pretty interesting stuff, so I jumped on here to tell you guys about it, and I thought it was I thought it was interesting. Yeah. Yo. Yo-yo. I never really liked yo-yos very much,
Cannot stop.
I know there's some people who are really good with yo-yos, and I just never could get into it. I don't know. Just wasn't my thing, chicken wing. Marbles. Marbles were fun. I liked marbles. Lots of different pretty marbles out there. You get your cat's eyes, and those are really nice. You get your big old shooter. Like that. Put them in a slingshot. Awesome. Always good. You guys are being exceptionally quiet tonight. What's going on? Everybody's sleepy. You guys just fading out on me. No, he's on now. Jesus. Is that what's going on? Did I get on too late? I haven't seen Cody Farrow in here in a while, so I wanted to make sure I gave him an opportunity to come into one of the live streams at a time at which I thought he would be awake. Gazbrand, hello, yo. Well, perfect. Then I'm like, so you can go to bed and think of me, Jack. Think of me softly when we've said goodbye. Remember me once in a while. Please promise me you'll try. Oh, no, I'm not going to win any awards for movie theater. But that was actually from, if any one of you guys can name what that movie is from, or excuse me, it will go with it. If you can name what that's from, I'll be very impressed. Think of a big hairy Jew before you go to bed. You should be so lucky, Jack. You should be so lucky. Think about all the people around the world tonight who are going to bed without a big hairy Jew. They're just lacking. You're not. You're not lacking in that department. People will say, man, I went to bed last night. Did you get your dose of big Jew, hairy Jew? No, I had to go to bed without. How about you, Jack? And you're going to be like, no, I'm good. I got that on lock. I got a guy for that. See, Gary comes in. Everybody's coming in with the yo-yos. I love it. It's yo-yo-yo. Yo-yo-yo-yo-yo-yo. My miss...
Stop.
Your miss... 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess. Hello, Josh Smith.
Lay down, Peanut.
Oh, wow. That was funny. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Now I lay my head to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. But should I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my toys will break, so none of the other kids may have them. Amen. That was actually from a book that I remember. It's a poem book, from a kid's poem book back in the day, and it was called Where the Sidewalk Ends. I'm sure I thought it was the Hammer Jew. Well, now there was the Hebrew Hammer, and then there was Bear Jew. So I don't know if that was it, if that's what you're going for. But, yeah, that was a book. I don't know. You guys should remember that. It was a lighthouse in the attic and Where the Sidewalk Ends. If anybody remembered those, please let me know if you guys remember those books from back in the day, which, of course, always was a Thursday. Where the hell? She dyed her hair not too long ago. There's a comic convention coming up in Nashville. Yeah, the Hebrew Hammer. I remember that. There's a comic convention coming up in Nashville, I think, in July, and she wants to go. So she has dyed her hair for the character role that she wants to go for, so she's getting accustomed to it now and trying to get it all done so when it comes closer, all she has to do is hit the roots up and it'll be all complete. And I got to get my costume together. I'm not exactly stoked that we're going, but for her, I'll do this, you know. But I'm gonna go as Beetlejuice. So I'm gonna get my hair. I'm the ghost with the most, babe. Come on. So I'm gonna do the hair. I'll dye it, whatever like temporary dyes I need to get into my hair, and I'll get the makeup done. And I'll just go to the Goodwill and find some clothes that match his. Probably just leave him outside in the dirt for a day, get him dusty and dirty, and then just shake them off a bit, and that'll be perfect. They'll be all clothes ready. Just got to match the makeup. Lots of pictures I can match. My stepmom is really good, so I may actually see if I can hire her around that time to do my makeup, because she used to be a professional makeup artist out in LA. So she can do some amazing stuff with it, and as long as I pay, which I don't mind, you know, I really don't mind because it'll look amazing. She's outside. She took the mutts out real quick. She'll be right back. She'll be here in a second. Oh, everyone is saying hello to you, and they were asking about your hair.
Oh.
So.
What about my hair?
They wanted to know. They're like, wait, did Evie dye her hair, or has she always been a blonde?
No, I've dyed it forever.
Now, can you guys guess? Well,
back in December.
Invite Caroline back. Oh, I'd love to have Caroline back. She was actually just recently.
She was here, but every time she's here, we have the flu.
Yeah, the last time she was here, we were just getting the flu, and then the next week she came to visit, we were like, we're just getting over the flu. So we've missed Caroline a couple times, but she should be coming back to visit. We'd love to have Caroline. What's she going as? Well, why don't you guys try to guess? It's a very popular character. It's from a very popular TV show that's been around recently. Waiting on the new season to come out next year. So it has nothing to do with Beetlejuice. So don't, bloody hell, don't mistake that for it in any way, shape, or form. Sorry. My bad. So yeah, no way. Oh, look at Gary. Got it on the first guess. Game of Thrones. Pesky Blinders. I have not. Is that on Netflix? I think I've seen it. Arr. I want to tell you guys this pirate joke. I'm going to tell you guys this pirate. Peaky Blinders. I don't think so, no. Okay, so I'll have to definitely check it out, Jack. I'll check it out. It is on Netflix. Okay, groovy, groovy. Your Lives Remember. Ooh. Josh Smith seems to enjoy the show as well. Maybe it's worth checking out. I watch a lot of documentaries. Unfortunately, I watch a lot of documentaries. Not unfortunately, I love watching documentaries. I love soaking up information. That's why I'd love to go on Jeopardy. Because like I said, usually when I watch Jeopardy, I'm usually 3 out of 4. I'll get 3 right and 1 wrong. That's generally how it's always been. And I'd love to go on Jeopardy. I'd love to do a father-son Jeopardy with my dad because all we have to do is show up and where's our check? Give me my check. Here's my paperwork. Now where's my check? It would be too easy. Hold on, somebody just hit me up. Blackfish? I'm not familiar with what that is. Somebody just said, yeah.
Said what?
Oh, it was my friend Sean O'Malley from, he went to basic. I am on Facebook. You guys are more than welcome to look me up. I don't let everybody in. But sometimes you guys seem a lot of really pretty cool people. So I might be willing to throw you in there. Yeah, well, yeah. There should be like 4 of us. Okay, I got you. I'm sitting here. I'll stand by. You're cool people, so I don't mind. You know, just don't give out my information because I can't have the girls breaking the doors down trying to figure out where I live and all that, you know. You know, as Shelley said, you know, I'm famous now, so I got to be careful apparently. That's funny. Oh, Blackfish? Yeah, oh, that's right. I've already seen that documentary. Yeah, I saw that one. I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Yep, seen it. Watched it a long time ago. I have a stack of DVDs probably about literally 4 feet tall, and it's just documentaries. Love them. Love Sundance Film Festival, stuff like that. There's one movie that oh man, it's so getting tired. Well, Evie will be shooting at him, I'm sure. There's good old Jack. I got you, buddy. Bam. Now, do remember when you're getting on my Facebook, I definitely talked to. Oh, you got a beautiful security dog. What a beautiful dog. Oh, I'm so in love with it already. What a wonderful animal. Oh, I love German Shepherds. Oh, what a beauty. You have 730 DVDs. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty close to you, man. I'm pretty close to you. If I stacked all my DVDs up in a single stack, it would definitely touch the ceiling. And then Blu-rays, I don't know, something like that around Blu-rays. I see you, bud. Yeah, I got you, Jack. Love your dog, man. Beautiful dog. Well, you know what, Gary? If I ever see you, I'm going to steal one. So then you're only going to have 729. So what do you think about that? Or if I come to see, I'm going to switch the cases. So then when you're going to be like, we're going to watch Finding Nemo. And no, you're going to wind up watching Never Been Kissed. If you ever get a chance, get the Blu-ray of Fight Club. Oh, that is a good. It gets everybody. I won't even tell you this spoiler because that's wow. We had a bunch of people that. Oh, would she? That would be so fun. Now you know if I ever come to visit and we're doing anything. Oh, I bet. What a beautiful. I love shepherds to death, man. Shepherds are such beautiful animals. Nope, I'm stuck with this wiener dog. It's not. It's a wiener dog. Get into the chopper as a wiener dog. I don't know though. People don't realize that wiener dogs though. They don't like what peanut size. If he latched down on somebody and started like really pulling and shaking, I bet that would hurt quite a bit because it's not that he's very big, but he's definitely compact and it'd be a lot of weight in a really small area. He's not going to run and hit anything hard, but if he latched on, yeah. No, I know. I'm just kidding. I know, Gary. I know. I'm just saying it'd be funny, though. It'd be funny. There you go, Peanut. Oh, somebody shared my link on their Facebook. That's awesome. It still says step into G-Bomb's world, though. It's not supposed to say that. It's not supposed to say that. Hold on. Somebody do me a favor. Check my channel and verify that it does say I eat yellow snow and get stuck in the mud. Oh, I'm not going to tell you, Josh Smith. I don't even want to tell you. But I'll tell you this. When you put that into the DVD or your Blu-ray in and you see the difference and you see what happens, you remember to let me know. You come comment and let me know. Dude, I just saw what you were talking about on the Blu-ray of Fight Club. It got me too. It got me too. Don't worry, it got me too. Yeah. I wouldn't count on Peanut to be any. I would hope that maybe then an intruder would trip on him, and that would be definitely beneficial. Maybe in midst of all the running up and attempting to get love out of the intruder, hey, you're here, pet me. They'll be overwhelmed. Yeah, right? Tripping, maybe run between the legs. Oh, Jesus. You know how you trip over the dog? And, just because someone was tripping over a dog, you would think necessarily it's just reaction because they would out of... Well, see, look, now my channel keeps changing. Just a second ago, it said I had 1333 subscribers. Now I'm back down to 1329. What is going on? Yep, I just lost a huge dip in subscribers. I must have pissed somebody off. Yeah, I lost a lot all of a sudden. Careful, it bites. But that's why you should get a lion, dude. Because you can get past a dog, but nobody gets past a lion. Yeah, that's true. You have a bulldog that is silent. Evie wants a bull mastiff. An English mastiff. She wants an English mastiff. Just trust me, Josh. It's worth it. It's worth it, worth it, worth it. It'll be worth it. English bulldog? American pet dog. I like that. No, pit bulls are beautiful. I love when you see those nice little stocky legs. And they're all the big old chest. And they got them big old heads. You wrestle with them. They're so lovable. Oh, really? I love pits. They're so lovable dogs. Oh, you've never met such a loyal, loving dog before. They're a wonderful dog. If you want a perfect family dog, that is the family dog. That's a dog. Loyal to a T. Protective of their pack like no other. Dangerous dog act. There's no such thing. No such thing as a dangerous dog.
It's all on how you raise
It's an animal, The dog doesn't have a choice on how it's raised. If you raise the dog to be vicious, it's going to be vicious. Is this a Mike's Hard Lemonade 24 ounce that I'm drinking? No, sir. This is a Monster Mango Loco. It is absolutely delicious. Well, I do. I understand that, in the UK, you guys got to follow the rules and the laws, and that's it. But it's a shame because pit bulls are some of the most loyal, lovable. Oh, there's nothing bigger. Those big, thick skulls of theirs, Nothing feels better than when you're like, and you just grab it. They love to be loved on. They're great with children. Oh, I would trust.
Butter's part pit bull.
Yeah, Butter is actually half pit. Wow, you have to have insurance on your dog? That's terrible. Public liability. I had a German Shepherd for a while. I had adopted, and her name was Jelly. So it was peanut butter and jelly. And I would say she was about 220 pounds. She was a big girl. Oh, she was my big girl. And I would lay down with her, and she was like as long as I was. And I would lay on the couch, and she would jump up there with me and lay on my chest, and she just wanted to love, just love, love, love. And people were so afraid of her because of her size. And I was like, no, she's just a big sweetie. I'm not going to lie, though. At first, though, when I first put her on the leash at the first time, it was intimidating how strong they are. That was no joke of a dog. But she was so loving, super loving. What a great animal. She was a good girl. She was just too big for me. And with my shoulder, I wasn't able to walk her as properly as I needed to for shepherds.
She was a Houdini of getting out of...
Yeah. Harnesses, yeah.
Everything.
We wanted to put her on a leash and have her on a lead so she could run. But the problem was I couldn't put her on a leash on her collar because she figured out how to get out of that. And then we got her the 3 harness. But what she learned to do was she would pull it tight and then step one paw out, lift the next paw out, set it down, slide her head out, and she was free. So I was like, I got to get her like a sled harness. And it was just getting too hard, and I couldn't really walk her because she would want to run and get that energy out. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I figure what it is. What I figure it is I bet that, I don't know who all my subscribers are. Obviously, I have 1,300 subscribers, 1,300 plus subscribers. And not all of you guys, not all of them tune in. So I would imagine some of these are bots or old shell accounts or old accounts that nobody uses anymore. And what happens is they time out or they unsubscribe or something. I don't know. My numbers fluctuate so much. I can't get out of the 1,300s, it seems. But one of my friends was just sharing my channel, so hopefully a few people come over to the channel and like it. By the way, did anybody check on that and verify for me that the channel does say that? Because I got to check it. Because I thought it was supposed to say, I eat yellow snow and get stuck. I like yellow snow. I was sure we fixed that. We made a correction because I loved what I think it was Gary who came up with that. You look yellow snow and get stuck in the mud. Yep, I sure do. So let me see if that's actually... No, oops. I don't like Chihuahuas, man. Yep, it's all good to go. It's on there. Havana. Wow, it's stuck in my head. Look at all the people that are live right now. I look at all my subscriptions. Shiver me timber. I'm not going to lie to you. Look at this picture right there from this morning. Mm-hmm. The light caught the eyes nicely. That almost looks photoshopped. From the stream earlier, I'm just looking at the thumbnail. That doesn't almost look like, I don't even recognize that. That looks great. Not trying to toot my own horn, but that's a good picture. The eyes came through perfectly. I hate that I wear glasses sometimes, but I've been wearing them for so long. I don't know why it keeps doing this. I want to get to the different screen where it says view as. Let's try it like this. I don't know what's been going on. Why YouTube hasn't been doing the way I want. There we go. View. There we go. So it's right from there I click it. That's what I've been doing wrong. I think.
You guys heard it. He said he was wrong.
Nope, that's not working. Maybe if I click that button. Why has this been so hard for me to remember? Like, I do this all the time, and like as of lately, I haven't been able to figure it out.
You're getting old.
Okay, that's about where I wanted to be, okay? There's where I wanted to be. Okay, so it is under that. And then I want to go to view. And I don't want to view, I want to use a new visitor. And it should say, okay, so no, I don't want to view it as a new visitor. Am I not subscribed to my own channel? Can I do that? I guess not. Okay, so I guess I want to view it as a returning. If you eat more fruit, that will help you remember more. Yeah. Possibly. You never, I mean, I guess. That's very possible. Let's go as a returning subscriber. And that should be where we want to see. And I don't see it anywhere on here. Isn't it supposed to have like a channel description somewhere? Did I take down the opening video that I used to have on there? That would make sense why it's not, why my views have dropped. Did I mess with something and do it wrong? I don't know. Crap. I don't know. I apologize. I'm getting off track here. I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong to here to mess with this so bad. It's getting very annoying. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to click over to here. Okay, now it looks like it's uploading correctly. Now that's where it's supposed to be for new visitors. Okay, now that's all good there. Oh, I think it's under about, isn't it? When you go to the channel, it should be about the channel. Maybe I did have it in the right place the whole time and I just didn't know. I like yellow snow. I get stuck in the mud. There it is. That comes up in the descriptions now. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it up. I guess that's where it's going to come up from now on. So in the descriptions, that'll be populating. And I think it's hilarious. I actually haven't checked the discussion board in a while. Anybody said anything to me? Probably not. Oh, you got your camera in. Very nice. Very nice. Nope, nothing new on the discussion board. Okay, so now if I go back over to here, he shared that. Let me click on what he had because I think I deleted the right area. Yeah, I guess so. A weird chat as always. But then somebody else messaged me. I think it was my buddy Sean O'Malley, and he started a YouTube channel. So let me see if I can find his YouTube channel real quick. And I'll hit a link to it. I haven't seen, I watched a little bit of one video he did, and it wasn't too bad. And he's starting off new on YouTube as always, as people do. You know, they learn, you grow. What works, what doesn't. But he was interested. He's like, would you do a collab with me? I'm like, yeah, I could. I guess we could work on something like that. So maybe he'll tune in. Maybe he'll jump on in here with us. I don't know. Let me see if I can find his YouTube channel and get you guys a link. Maybe if I put the comma in, maybe that's the problem. That's what I'm doing wrong. Nope. See, it's going to come up with somebody else's name, so I'm going to have to find him. Let's see. It should be, it'll be in my notifications, I bet. Because I checked it on my phone, not the other one. Oh, this is a lot of work to do this, but this is what you do. I still got to go watch Ash's other video. Let's see. Sean O'Malley. Nope. Can't find that there. Let's try it over here. I'm going to find it for you guys because I want to put it up for him. Maybe you guys will give him a click. I don't know. I was hacked, he says. Uh-oh. So he just says he was hacked, and somebody responded to me on YouTube. Uh-oh. Who knows? Ooh-wee. Let me see if that was him who messaged me. He says now he was hacked. Okay, I guess he says there was a link provided. I didn't see any link provided, so I guess we're okay. Was it? I have to use it for the things in Nashville I do, so I have to kind of keep one. It's kind of part of the gig, so. And then, of course, I'm doing YouTube, and part of that is you got to have all this stuff. I don't really do really well on Twitter, so. So you kind of have to have all of this to if you want a shot at anything like on YouTube for any kind of anything like that, you kind of have to have all these social. Twitter, I don't think it's all these hashtags and stuff people come up with. It just seems a little over the top for me. I know how to find him. I know how to find his channel. Here's how we'll find it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. It's just not my cup of tea. Here's how I find his channel. Alright, now it looks like he may have taken down his channel because I don't see his subscription anymore. Show my comments. Oh, maybe it's under that. That's how I found it. I guess he hasn't subscribed to me yet. There he is. Alright, so now I found his channel. That's how I found him. Okay, he has 1 subscriber, me. So he's a new guy. He's got a few videos up. I don't know what they're about, but I'm going to give him, we'll give him a helping hand. I'm going to give him, I'll put his link in. I don't know if I'm getting this right. Let's see if I do this right. Nope, I don't think I'm doing that right at all. What is going on, people? I can't get it right tonight. So I want to... Okay, I think I'm just going to do it like this, and this should work. If it doesn't, oh well. I'll try something else. I'll come back over here to the live stream, and who's all here hanging out? No, Brad? I would imagine not. Brad's probably in bed. Of course, Brad. Wait, what? Of course about Brad? Can do. Cool. I'm missing out on y'all's conversation, so I apologize. I'm just doing some stuff over here trying to get this done. I'm going to drop this link for you guys. If it doesn't work that you can actually just like click on it, you can always just cut and paste it, I guess. You know, just a little highlight thingy. Whatever. Or hold it. I don't know. All these things. All these things and more. They really are. And, you know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's nice that I have these available. Yeah, there you go. There's there's my buddy's new channel. If you guys want to check it out, give it a subscribe. Sean O'Malley. Gave him a little shout out. I'm sure he'll like that. So hopefully... Actually, we'll let him know, too. Maybe he'll come onto the live stream. Let's see if I can message him real quick. Let him know I'm on the live stream. What's interesting, though, is he says he was hacked. But the person sent me a YouTube channel of myself saying, "Is this me?" I was like, "Yeah." Cool, I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And if you watch one of his videos, please comment in his video that I sent you over. I always appreciate it. What is a golden spur? It's like a regular spur, but much more expensive. There we go. I haven't seen this guy since AIT. So I went to basic training with him, and then we went to AIT together, and then we got stationed at different stations, and I hadn't seen him since. But we met back up on Facebook, and that's one thing I will say it's good about Facebook. It helps me find like people that that you lose contact with. There are some friends from my past, though, I'll never be able to find. Being military, we moved around so much, there was always... sorry, no. There was always different... Oh, don't use that one. Yeah.
Too late.
Okay. There was always so many people coming and going in my life.
Here.
Oh, he's a good guy, you know. I know he's gone through some rough times since the military. Oh, hello, Patrick. Patrick says hello to you, Evie.
Hello.
She says, hello. What's the topic? Well, I do have a pirate joke I've been meaning to tell you guys because I do have to do a voice for the pirate joke, which is really fun. But we were talking about, I just posted earlier in the chat, there was my buddy's YouTube channel, and we posted that. So he's starting up one. And one of my other friends actually just shared my YouTube channel, so yay, that's awesome. And that helps out more than people can believe. Sharing and tagging other people, if you have social media, is one of the best ways to help grow a channel. So him doing that for me, sharing the actual channel link on his Facebook, that gets access to so many people who see his, and even if only 100 people see it, 10% click, and one subscribes out of that 10%, I'm happy with that. That's good numbers and stuff, When I was doing stand-up comedy, they always used to tell us that if you can get 10% of the room to laugh, what do you call a CIA agent sleeping in his bed undercover? Ha, but So, getting ready for the J show. Oh, well, that'll be I'm always getting ready for the J show. Do you know, what did you say? Hold on. Do you know why a pirate wears a patch? Tell me why, Patrick. Okay, well, I'll do the pirate joke for you guys here in just a second. It's actually, I've always enjoyed this pirate joke. But it's not told right unless there is I know a really funny World War II joke, but it works so much better in person. I don't think it would come through the camera as well as I would like it to. I think I've told it once before, but it doesn't work. It really works so much better in person. Okay, really? Huh, well, how about that? That's an interesting fact. I did not know that, and now that I know that, that is awesome to know. Did you know that the reason pirates wore eye patches was so that during a battle, they could go down below deck, switch patches on the eye, and then they'd be able to see better. How about that? Switching the side. I guess the other eye would be, if you had this one covered and then you hit it, it would be, because it was being exposed to so much darkness, it would instantly be able to see better lighting because the pupil would be dilated because it would be light starved. So you'd be able to see instantly better in low light because your pupil would be so large from being covered over. So in a night fight, that would work good. No depth perception, but, you know, jab with the pointy end. Okay, so I'm going to do my pirate joke for you. You guys ready? Here we go. All right, so there's a pirate and a young sailor. The young sailor says, well, that's terrible. How'd you get that hook on your hand? And the pirate says, it was another day on the high seas, and the British Royal Navy came at us, and a great sword fight had ensued, and as I was fighting with the captain of the other ship, that bastard came along and cut me hand and took it off, and that's how I got this hook. Oh my God, that's terrible. Well, how'd you get that patch on your eye? He goes, it was a beautiful day. I was walking along the beach one day, and I looked up into the sky, and a seagull came along and pooped in me eye. He goes, and that caused you to lose your eye? He goes, well, it was me first day with the hook. I always thought that was a clever one. I like that one. The whole 9 yards, I do know where the saying of the whole 9 yards comes from, Patrick. What it is that in World War II, they used to load airplanes up with the bullets, and it would be 9 yards of bullets laid out, and if you used all of your ammo and when you flew in for the attack, you came back and your ammo was completely empty, it was said that you went through 9 yards, and you fired the whole 9 yards. Yep, so very familiar with that terminology. Do you know what it means to be 5 by 5? How about that one, Patrick? In B-52 bombers, right, they would load it up and it would be 9 yards and if they had to fire from the bombers, all of that, they went through the whole 9 yards. So 5 by 5 is a terminology used from World War II. They used to have radios, and the lights would have 5 lights on it. And if everything was working properly, you'd have 5 lights. So they'd call up, what's your status? And they'd say 5 by 5, which means now everything's okay. So if you guys ever remember the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, what's that one vampire? Faith, Alicia Dooku, or if that's her name, I believe it is. She used to use that terminology in the show, 5 by 5. Which actually means everything's okay. So that's where that terminology comes from. So we're learning. I'm learning about pirates and their... So there you go. And I don't know the difference between a coffin and a... But that's good, Patrick. Isn't it cool? See, now this is interesting. Stupid little fun facts like that. I guess I should have said, though, what is 5 by 5? For Jeopardy. Would you rather be able to flip a car with one arm or be able to stop a semi-truck dead in its tracks with the boot kick? Well, since I only have one good arm, I think I'd have to go with the boot kick. Then again, though, how fast is the semi going? Because if a semi was going, say, if it was just at a slow crawl and I was able to kick it to stop it, which is actually quite possible if it was at the right enough angle, I guess. Oh, if it was going 60 miles an hour? Yeah, definitely a boot kick. Just like that. Stop it. But yeah, with my bad arm, I don't want to have to wear this one out. Someday eventually you could just tear something just from wear and tear on yourself, and I really couldn't afford to have that. And then a bad arm with the, trying to flip cars with a good or a bad arm. You see my dilemma, but I've got some good, my legs are fine. They're strong legs, Miss Gump, strong as I've ever seen. It's his back is crooked as a politician. So, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Hope that answers that question. Do I drink, Jax? I don't drink. I don't drink, David. Or Patrick, excuse me. Damn, Daniel. Speaking of Daniel, where the hell is Sip? I've been told, Jack, that I do. I say people underthink everything. So... to me, everybody underthinks everything. Uh-oh. I hope this doesn't get too crude, Josh Smith. I'm waiting to see. I'm holding my breath. Ready? It could go bad or it could go good. Hey, by the way, too, we got 9 people watching. I got 6 thumbs up. That's very simple math, people. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you're having a good time. Thumbs down if you don't like it. That's okay, too. Subscribe if you're new. Share if you think it's worth it, huh? Uh-oh. Okay. I'm hearing you. Doesn't seem like anything's out of the ordinary. I don't know if you misspelled something wrong there. Oh, thank you very much. Then he pays the credit card? I fail to... I'm not making the connection there. Ha! Okay, there we go. I got a joke. We got a laugh out of it. Okay. I don't know what the joke was there, but we got it. Yeah, I don't want to do racist jokes. That's not polite. And not that, if someone wants to do them, you're more than welcome to, it's fine. But I just don't like doing them online because somebody may come into the chat or may jump into the live stream. The last thing I want them to do is the first thing they see when they come in here is some kind of a racist joke. It's not appropriate amongst strangers. If that's what you want to do in the privacy of your home, I'm not going to tell you not to. But I just wouldn't want to do that on mine. Just because of there's no need for it for this platform. For this platform. But if that's what you want to do, or we want to talk something else later. If that's what you want to tell me something, I'll listen to jokes. That's fine. I love Jew jokes because I'm a Jew, so I don't mind picking on me. Don't mind picking on myself. Always happy to laugh at myself first because that's what it is. Okay, Jack, come on, bud. We don't, again, it's not that I would never tell someone not to do something like that. It's just that, I don't want someone who would come into the chat to see that and think that. I know, Jack. It's fine, buddy. It's fine. I just wouldn't want someone to see that and think that that's something that I would be okay with allowing, because it's not. And I got onto another YouTuber about that, so I can't be hypocritical about it myself. So I have to, But yeah, I know you don't mean it in a way like that. No. It's not for me. It's for others. It's out of respect. It's where we come back to that respect thing. Well, you see, you got to realize something, and I'm glad you asked that question, Patrick. That's actually a very good question. I'm surprised a lot of people haven't asked me about that. Because do remember something, that being a Jew is a DNA testable. It's a people, like being Australian, like being British. Being a Jew is a DNA verifiable people. Judaism.
No, because I got tested
right.
and found out I'm Jewish.
No harm done whatsoever. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying. If you want to pick on your own self, that's fine. I can't tell you not to do that. But so being that I was raised what was called Messianic Jew, which is a Jew that followed Christianity, that believed in Jesus, essentially. I was raised that way. My dad was raised as an Orthodox Jew, and my mom was raised as a Catholic, and I was raised as a Messianic Jew in a Southern Baptist church. Okay, so now you understand my religious experience. So when you asked, did I celebrate Christmas, because my mom was a Christian, and she's Scottish Canadian, we did celebrate Christmas. But we also did Hanukkah as well. So we got both. We did both. So I did Hanukkah and Christmas. I did Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. We did pretty much all the high holidays, Passover. When I was a kid, when I got a little older, we didn't do as much of that anymore, and I kind of stopped doing. But, I have no problem with the holidays. I love some of the holidays. They're absolutely amazing. Some of the Jewish holidays are some great festivals and have some great parties. But I hope that answers your question. How come every live... I don't know. Because I wet my hair for the live stream because I want a good picture of it. And then when it gets wet and it dries like that, it has these nice curls. And it makes everybody... Did your parents go through the bullshit? You can say bullshit. It's fine. Do I speak Hebrew? I speak a little bit. My great-grandfather actually had a tattoo on his arm. And when I was born in Germany, because my dad was stationed there, my great-grandfather wouldn't come. My great-grandmother came to visit me, but my great-grandfather wouldn't come. He had too many painful memories, and he just refused to go back to Germany. So no, he did. So yeah, we went through some of it. My Hebrew is terrible though, but I can drop a little bit for you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishenu v'sivanu shulchancha. So that's just like simple prayers and stuff like that. But a lot of the Hebrew language is really more like sung, so it'd more like be like Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishenu v'sivanu Elohim lachad lekner shechanukah. So it'd be more like that. You really kind of like sing prayers more like that. So yeah. How did my parents didn't grow up in the Depression. That would have probably been my great-grandparents. And, well, on my grandfather's side, on my mom's side, they were in Canada. So I don't know how that went down. And, or my family was all from Canada at that time, on my mom's side. So they weren't in America for the Great Depression. And, we got here on Dad's side, I think it was the late 1800s, 1890s that we got here. So they went through the Depression, but I don't remember hearing anything too hardships. I know Grandpa Charlie joined the military, if you guys have seen the one picture. But I'm not aware. I'm not actually sure. We did okay, I guess. We did okay. Grandpa used to have a restaurant out in California. It was very popular for all the stars. I forget what it was called, like the Veggie Barrel or something like that. But it was something barrel. But a lot of movie stars like to visit it because it was kind of a healthier place. That is very true. I cannot be buried in a Jewish cemetery. I do have tattoos, so cross me out of that. But it's okay though, because I can be buried in a veteran cemetery. So I think I'd rather be there anyhow. Maybe there's a Jewish section. We want our own little special place. Something very nice off in the corner. Maybe a tree. Let's see. I got that tattoo. Hold on. I got a bathtub on my ankle right there. If you can see that one. Okay. I've got wings on my back. I've got the Star David and my brother's information there. And then I've got a skull upside down, but you can see it and that's for where I was in Afghanistan, and I was on DD2. Afghanistan. Sorry, I said it wrong. So yeah, why do I have a bathtub on my ankle? I'm glad you asked. It was to commemorate.
Everybody asks.
Well, of course. Do you like the bathtub? Is it not awesome? Is that not the coolest tattoo ever? I have a bathtub on my ankle. Here, I'll give you guys a better picture. I wasn't going to move the camera for it, but you deserve it. You guys are worth it. There you go. There's my bathtub. I don't know if you can see it very well. Yeah, there you go. So you should see Sip. He's got a tattoo around his ankle, and it's fire all around his ankle, and it's on his left foot because it's his first step into hell. Explain why, and I'll decide. Oh, it was legendary. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. This is okay. You better, everybody, get comfy. Okay, it's a clawfoot bathtub, yes sir. Now, if you have to notice, there's detail to it though. There's a pillow in the tub. Okay, there's a pillow in the tub. Okay, now sit back. I'm gonna grab a cigarette because this is gonna take a while. If you asked, and I'm so glad you did, I'm gonna have to tell you the story. It's not a short story. Are you good to hang tight for it, Jack? Are you gonna sit tight for this one? It's a lot. Because it must be told in its entirety. And nothing short of the exact story will do. Now, here's the thing about what I do in life and things is that I don't feel it's necessary to lie about stories because I like to live so large that the story itself doesn't need to be exaggerated because it's that awesome. I like taking long baths and long walks on the beach. It's supposed to, okay. So here's how it goes. Okay. If you guys go back into my Unique Drink Guru episodes, you'll find that I had, near the end, a video with a buddy named Anderson, Paul. It involves him and I at Fort Irwin. He was my roommate at Fort Irwin for a while. Hung out with him quite a bit. So, and Evie knows the story, so guys, she's sitting here. She's very well aware, so don't be like, oh my God, he's saying that in front of Evie. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, okay?
I was there when you got the flippin' tattoo.
She was there when I got the tattoo, so it wasn't like I had the tattoo prior to her, so she well and already knows the story. In fact, she took me to the artist, said, he'll do a good job for you. And he did.
Tattoos at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at Fort Irwin with, I'm going to just say Anderson. Is she already giggling? No, Evie usually just rolls her eyes at me. Okay, so I'm at Fort Irwin, right? Mr. Anders. We used to always joke like that, Phil. Mr. Anderson, because my name is Neo. Okay, so Anderson and I, it's coming up on a 4-day weekend in the military. 4 days off. Okay? Phil says, hi, cuz.
Hi.
Be more excited. Your family is here.
Hi, cuz.
There's the enthusiasm we were looking for. Okay. Now she's giggling. Ooh, we did a good job, Phil. High five. So Paul says to me, listen, dude, I'm in a bit of a pickle. I said, well, that's what I'm here for, roomie. I'm here to help you with pickles. What's the pickle? What's the pickle, Dick? And he says, all right, check him out. He goes, there's this girl that I like. And I've liked her since middle school. And I was never able to hook up with her. And she's up and wants me to come visit her. Problem is, though, is my license is expired, so I need a driver. And he goes, I got us a place to stay. And we're going to take this girl out, and she's getting ready to join. I'm not going to say her name out of respect for her, but she's a lovely girl. I still talk to her. Once in a blue moon. And she's joining the Navy, and she's going to go and be gone, and I'm not going to have a chance to ever hook up with her. So this is, I want to go. Now, I guess I'm going to have to give you her first name alone, because part of the story comes up with more of, her name is kind of almost required, as long as I don't use a last name. And she's not going to watch this stream, so we'll be okay. So what happens is, he wants to go up there to see her. So we get off of work, and he goes, man, I got a problem. I'm like, what's our first problem? He goes, we have no money. And I'm like, okay, we need money. How much do we need? At least $300 to make this happen. We got a place to stay for free. We just need food and booze for one night, and we're good to go. So I'm like, okay. And I'm getting to the bathtub, so stay with me. Use a false name. Okay, well, I'll make up a girl's name. Tell you what, Evie, just give me a random girl's name. Shelby. That'll work. Shelby. We'll call this girl Shelby. Thank you. That's a good idea. See, this is why I need you people here. Okay, so we go up to visit Shelby. And we get up there. I drive him up there. We stop by. We had to drive. Well, we got off of work at 5. Oh, we needed the money. We needed the money part first. Okay, so to get the money we needed, Anderson goes, well, I got this TV and this PlayStation I can sell to one of the new privates, but we got to find one of them to buy it. So I knew that there was this new kid who had just gotten his bonus. I'm like, yo, go hit that kid up. Well, no, that was for over a 4-day weekend for gas, food, booze, and hotel. So because we needed one hotel room night. And it's 2 people, so So I find this private. I know he's got his bonus money. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, dude, some word was you're looking to buy a TV and a PlayStation. Yo, I got a guy who's got the hookup. He's going to sell it to you for this much. Good to go. The kid was like, yeah, that sounds good. I'll get it with you after work. So I told Paul, I'm like, yo, dude, it's set up. We're good. We got this sold. We got the money problem solved. We show up after the kid. The kid starts trying to BS us. Oh, well, I got to go to the ATM and get the money. And I was like, okay, no problem. I'll take you. And he's like, every time he had an excuse for something, I was like, well, no problem, dude. We'll fix it like this. No problem, dude. We'll fix it like this. So we wind up getting the money from the kid. Okay, cool. So now we jump in Paul's car and we have to drive from Southern California, about an hour and a half outside of LA to San Francisco, which is about, I'd say, 6.5 hours away. And we got off of work and we were able to get off post by 7. So we didn't arrive there until like 1 or 2 in the morning. Okay, now please remember, stay on track. This is all about the bathtub. This is why this was legendary. It was a legendary 4-day weekend that required the commemoration of a bathtub on my ankle. This is why I have a bathtub tattooed on my ankle. Okay, so we get up there. First off, it's earlier in the morning. We're going to go stop by to see this girl real quick. We go by, we see Shelby, we say hi to her, we meet her and everything like that. And we're like, okay, girl, we're going to see you the day after tomorrow at night. We're going to go hang out with her. So it's like, okay, cool. So my buddy Paul goes, dude, I got us a place to stay. So we're going to drive over. I drove the long leg. He was like, dude, it's all good. Now that we're about to post whatever, I'll drive us to, I'll drive. I'll get to that. Don't rush me, Jack. So, okay, so we get over to his buddy's house. Well, here's what happens, though. We're still in uniform, and he pulls up to the house and goes, here. He goes, I think that's the house right there. I'm like, cool. So we run up to the house, and I'm like knocking on the door. It's like 3 in the morning. I was like, dude, I don't know what's going on. He's not answering. And we opened up the little mail. Hey, Danny, because that's the kid's name whose house we were staying at. Danny, not answering. Crap. He goes, dude, we are at the wrong house. It's 2 more houses down. Like, oh, shit. So we run out of there, jump in the car, go down, find the right house. His buddy Danny lets us in. It's so early in the morning. We're like, dude, we're just going to crash out right here. So we crashed out. Now, the next morning, we're in my buddy's hometown. So this is where he went to high school, where he grew up. So I'm in his hometown. So he wants to show me his hometown. And I'm very excited to see it. Very excited to see it. So he's taking me and he showed me the high school I went to, and here's some friends. So it just so happens, though, that he's in town. So he starts calling up old friends that he knows. And he calls up this other girl named Shelby. So remember, that's a fake name, but they both have the same name. So just remember that. But we're calling her Shelby, which is not her real name. So we call up this other Shelby. And Danny, because we were in town that night, we were meeting the girls. We were going to meet. It was going to be myself, Paul, and Danny going out, and we were meeting up with Shelby 1 and her 2 friends. So it was going to be 3 guys and 3 girls meeting up at the bar. So everybody is set. Shelby 1 and Shelby 2. We called it the weekend of the Shelbys. So Danny is throwing us a house party that night. The morning we arrived, we woke up, and Danny's going to throw us a party that evening, so we run out. Now, the Shelbys weren't for me. I wasn't there for Shelby 1 and Shelby 2. So what happened was we called up Shelby 2, and Shelby 2 says, come on over. Paul says, hey, check him out. Look, over at Danny's place, he's throwing us a party tonight. There's going to be beer. There's going to be fun. Oh, would you bloody stop it? There's going to be beer. There's going to be partying. Come on over. So she's like, okay, cool. So we set that up, whatever. Then we go back to Danny's house for the party that night. We're having a great time. Paul goes and gets her, takes care of business. This girl who was she was dating a Marine. I messed around with her a little bit. I didn't, as you say, Jack, smash, but we messed around. So he smashed Shelby number 2 smashed. Okay, so now it's the next day. So we get up and we go. Paul wants to get a nice new shirt for the night. I was always fresh to death. Even when she married me, I had 16 pair of jeans from name brand jeans that I had, and some of them still had the tags on them. And I always kept it fresh to death. Nice clean clothes, nice fresh shirts, everything. Always ready to go. So we went and go to get Paul a shirt, and that night we're meeting the girls. Okay, so we've been having to buy some food and stuff like that, so we're getting a little low on cash. So it's time to go meet the girls. It is the bathtub story, Phil. It is. When I say messed around with her, kissing, cuddling, a little this, little that. So now it's the nighttime, and we show up at the club, and this is a very famous club in the city we were in, which was Castor Valley. And I forget the name of the bar, but it was a very famous bar. And okay, so we show up, right? Now, Paul is like, dude, I don't know how we're going to make this happen. He hooks me up he throws me some money. Patrick says, you're a lucky girl, Evie. Is he still the same today? No. The bathtub story, Ann. Yes, whoa. So, people are saying the bathtub story. Okay, so, what happens from there is we get into the club. And Paul says, man, here's some cash. Here's $20 for, get yourself something to drink. And I'm like, cool. So we're waiting for the girls to show up. And I go up to the bar and I say, I need a beer and a shot of Jack. And bartender says to me, it's going to be $15. I'm like, dude, I have $20 to drink on. I'm like, this is going to require some serious navigation on my part. Okay, so I take my shot, grab my beer. I'm like, okay, cool. The girls show up, which was, because I don't have any money to buy a girl a drink. So I'm already hurting. But luckily, the 3 girls show up. So, Shelby number 1 is already off the limits. That's Paul's girl. But, it's me and Danny, and there's 2 girls. Now, there's a little brunette and a blonde girl. Danny says he wants the blonde girl. Hey, I'm the guest here. Please take your choice. This is the girl I'm with tonight. Unbeknownst to us, the girls, before they got to the bar, had damn near half polished off a bottle of tequila. So they were damn near smashed, drunk. So I didn't have to buy this girl any drinks. Plus, she had plenty of money for herself to buy drinks. And what I was doing to help keep myself hydrated, wink, wink, is I would come up behind her and put my arms around her. Hey, what's going on? What you talking about over here, girl? Okay, cool. And when she wasn't looking, I would lean in, suck her drink down. And she was so drunk, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm out. I got to go get another one. And so she was drinking tequila and club soda water. I was getting smashed on that. They had this thing called the barber chair there, where they set you in this barber chair. They pull the handle, it lays you back. They put a napkin on your chest, and they take a shot bottles and they start pouring alcohol in your mouth for 10 seconds. It cost about $15. And they'll drink as much as you can. So a lot of people spit it up. So I was talking to some guy about being in the military, and he was like, I wish I could join, but I don't think I could lose the weight. And I was kind of a little buzzed, and I'm like, dude, if I can do it, you can do it, bro. I'm hyping everybody up and everything like that. And he's like, wow, you're inspiring me so much. I'm going to buy you a shot in the chair. I'm like, woo-woo. I was talking to this other girl at one point, and she got pissed that I guess I was talking to her, and she thought we were going home, but then she saw me with the other girl, so she slapped me across the face. Some guy saw that, goes, dude, why did that chick crack you one across the face? I'm like, I think she was jealous. He goes, well, that deserves a shot. So I got another free shot out of that one. So, this is playing pretty well. I still got $5 in my pocket. Now, I wind up going back into the bar because there was an outside area for smoking, and obviously I smoke, so I was in and out of the bar. Now, Danny is working with the blonde girl over here. There's a mechanical bull over here with Paul and his girl. The blonde girl decided to go up inside this cage thing while she was drunk, and she was dancing with all these other people in this cage thing. And she decided she wanted to leave, but there was a girl in the cage with her who decided she didn't want her to leave. No, we're not. Don't get ahead of me, Jack. Don't get ahead of me. All right, so so when the blonde girl was trying to get out of the cage and the other girl in there who didn't want her to leave because I think she thought she was pretty, decided to punch her in the face. Well, they threw that girl out and all her people because a kind of a fight got started after that. Well, I went running outside when they threw everybody out. I'm like, oh, hell no, you don't punch somebody in my group and all you do is get thrown out of the bar. It's going down in the parking lot. So I sprint out of the bar, run outside, and I'm like, where the hell did they go? And I can't find them. Well, I'm like, well, I'm going to smoke a cigarette and wait out here for them since everybody else is inside being pussies. Sorry. So I'm smoking a cigarette outside, and this is a true story. Suddenly, at a left freaking field, a limo rolls up. And some lady comes walking out of the limo, and she's like, hi, who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. She goes, well, you should come with me. I'm going to this hotel for this other parties. And we're long-ass limo, very nice, older, not older, late. I guess at the time for me, she would have been older. Probably late 30s, early 40s. Very well dressed. And she was inviting me to go with her. And I was like, look, lady, I would, I would jump in a limo with somebody randomly. I don't care. I'll figure out my own way back. But I was in a town that I wasn't familiar with a friend, and I had no way of letting them know what was going on, and there was no way I was getting separated from my buddy in a town that I wasn't sure of. So I had to pass on going with whoever this lady was in a limo. And when she found out I was a soldier, that's why she wanted me to come with her. So, I had to pass on that. I finished my cigarette. I didn't see these people, whatever. We go back in the bar. There was a few other little minor things that happened, but it's not really worth the details of it. Point is, though, it's like, okay, so it's time to wrap everything up, and we're going. And now Paul and I are like damn near broke. We have just enough money for maybe some food for tonight, a little chow on a burger on the way home, and gas money. And we're like, dude, this is going to be difficult. How are we going to pay for a hotel room to stay with the girls? Well, luckily enough, the girls invited us just to come stay with them in their hotel room. So we're like, all right, problem solved there. So we get up to the hotel room. The blonde girl who got punched has obviously overdone her alcohol. Okay, so she's done. So we put her in one of the beds. So there was 2 double beds, right? So we throw her in the bed. She winds up puking in the bed. Everyone's cleaning up. Danny's like, well, there goes my chances with a girl, right? Done. And you track down the woman. Oh, yeah? Okay. So they invited us to the hotel room. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading, Jack. So they invited us up to the hotel room. Blonde girl passes out in the bed. That's a ruin for Danny. Danny decides he's just going to sleep at Alpha in the chair. The woman in the limo? Oh, I have no idea. I don't know who she was. No. No one left me with the bill. We were good to go. I played cash all night. So we go to the hotel room. We're there. Again, blonde girl passed out. Danny goes to sleep in a chair over here. The girl I was with, her and I are just kind of hanging out. I think I remember I took some sheets and some pillows, made a little floor bed for us to be down on there. Paul and his girl decide they're going to run out for tacos, give the room up for Danny passed out, girl passed out. We're over here doing our little thing around. Paul and his girl show back up, and we're like, okay. He's like, cool. So we're going to go to sleep so they can do their thing, right? Because, it's all good to go. Soldiers are very comfortable with things like that, with even their battle buddies in the room, as long as, battle buddy respect, give your boys some privacy, don't, be a buddy, don't look, let him get his in. So I'm laying on the floor, got the girl next to me, one girl passed out, Danny in the chair, they're 2 up in there. And the girl I was with, she was so drunk, she passed out, and she was snoring. She's snoring in my ear. And I'm like, oh, dear God. And I can hear the 2 up in the bed talking. And Paul says, I can hear him whispering, do you want to do this? And she goes, we can't. Jeremy's awake. And I hear Paul say, no, he's not. He's snoring. And Shelby, number 1, says, no, that's what's her face. And I'll never forget, I'm laying like this on the floor, looking up, and this girl's just in my ear. And I'm trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden you just see this. Hold on, this is a perfect way. I got to set it up right. Imagine now you guys are going to be the eyes of me, and you see this. Hey, buddy. Can't sleep? Nope. Okay. So Paul kind of like slumps back behind the bed, and I can hear the disappointment in his voice, and he's like, this isn't going to happen. We can't come all of this way for nothing. And like a true battle buddy, I was like, no, it's not going down like this. We're going to lose it at the final leg. So I jump up, I grab a pillow, I grab a blanket, and I said, I'm done with this. And I headed into the bathroom. We were in Hilton, so it was a very nice tub. And I threw down my blanket, made that down. I put the pillow over here, and I jumped into the bathtub to go to sleep. And just as I do that, you can hear it start going out there. And I said, that's my boy. And then I laid down to go to sleep. And I could hear them laughing and everything like that. So the whole thing it ends with is that I got a bathtub because I slept in a bathtub so my buddy could get some booty that he had been wanting since middle school. And of all of that, culmination is what it took to make it happen. Deserved a bathtub. So there you go, Jack. That's why I have a bathtub with a pillow on my ankle. Well, that was a journey. But that's what battle buddies do for each other. Now, little did I know, I guess interesting part of the story was later on, though, that the girl I was with and Paul wound up getting together, and they were together for almost 2.5 years, and they almost got married. And little beknownst to us, though, that girl's family was money bank loaded. I had no idea. If I'd have known, I would have been a lot nicer to her. But it wasn't. She just wasn't my type. But she wasn't Mrs. Right, but she was Mrs. Right now. So these are just regular stories. But I promise to you, everything I said is true. I don't need to exaggerate my stories because I know exactly how they happened. And they're amazing just the way they are, that I don't need to change anything about them. Just need to relay to you exactly what happened. It was great. Got up the next day, drove back to Post, and that was the weekend. That was the 4-day weekend. Well, good. I'm glad. I mean, these were all the time. Sip and I going places, wild adventures with other people all the time, trips to Vegas. There's a plethora of them, guys. But were there bubbles? No bloody bubbles. I'm the bloody Prince of Darkness. Can't have a bubba machine. That's why when some people talk, this is the stories that CNN don't tell you about the military. They don't tell you about that stuff. They are a lot of fun. Yeah. Guys at Fort Irwin used to drive an hour and a half one way to go, or an hour one way to go get a milkshake. Then again, it was like almost 45 minutes just to get to the nearest town. Right? They don't tell you about this stuff, all about the good times. They only tell you about the bad times. But there were so many good times that I can remember. There's more good times. I don't know if maybe my mind doesn't remember the bad times as much, or I try not to, or maybe that's the subconscious mind that took all that because it was so stressful. But there's so many good memories that I can remember so many good times. But then again, like the everyday stuff, days began to blend together because it was the same thing every day. That, it's kind of hard to single out those days. But when there were cool times and fun times like that, those stand out so much because there were such amazing stories and amazing people that I was hanging out with. Oh, really? Oh yeah, guys, we'll come up. Sip has been. We think about. I have to come up with so many. I don't think we ever told you guys about the food fight Sip and I had in his house on Post. That was a great story. What's some of the other stuff? Sip putting diarrhea medicine in bacon grease because the neighbor's dog wouldn't stop barking. I don't know if I should actually tell that story. Yeah, well, it happens. What's some of the other stories? Sip wrecking the rental car intentionally. Let's see. What else is some of the stuff? Some of the other stories. Of course, you guys have heard the Sip and I going to Big Bear story, how we met. There's times in Iraq, things like when I had to come to find Sip for water because our base ran out of water. Going over to Sip's room for coffee and bacon made in a toaster. You push a little toaster down like for toast. Oh, I know. I'm just telling you stories to remember. So maybe you guys will be like, hey, tell us about this one if you remember. I'm not going to give you details of them. I mean, I'm just coming up with stories to think about. Sip telling the kids I was a Jew devil in Iraq. That was pretty funny, actually. That's good stuff. Excusez-moi. So that actually would be I would love to. What I would love to do is someday, if my YouTube channel ever got big enough. If you guys have ever watched the Ricky Gervais show, where they with Carl Pinkleton, and they make it into cartoons. So when he's telling stories live on their podcast, you see the cartoon associated with it. I would love to be able to animate some of Sip and I's stories like that. Plug it in. Go sit on the ground for a minute. Brad actually met Carl. If you guys didn't know about that, next time you talk to Brad, he's kind of friends with him. Well, acquaintances with him. Oh, that's awesome, Phil. Good for you, bud. That would be awesome, man. You're awesome. Excuse me, folks. Pilkington. I say it how I want. Don't tell me how to do my job. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Jack. Thank you. Pilkington. I apologize. I said it wrong. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm laughing at that too, man. You know what? No, I don't think he is an idiot. See, though, I understand. I think he's a genius. I think he's a genius. And he's a genius that sees the world kind of like I do, with a kind of a critical mind. And I could see, like, honestly, I see what I understand. Is he just an idiot? I don't know. I think he might be. I think he's borderline genius. Because, he graduated college. He's a college graduate, a 4-year bachelor degree college graduate in broadcasting. In fact, the way the whole show started he was a producer at a radio station, and that's how they met. Him and Ricky Gervais, they were in college together. He's not an idiot. He plays one. He plays one on TV, I think. He plays... Oh, it's not a bit of a problem. It's just that he plays one on TV. Sorry to have to tell you this, but I think he's one of the very smart people. Savant. I don't know why I decided to do that voice. Well, Ricky Gervais. I can say it how I want. Well, thank you. Ricky Gervais. I'm going to call him Gervais. Ricky Gervais. Jervis. You can blend it to just Jervis. Ricky Gervais. But I love that show. I've watched like every episode. Evie actually really enjoys Carl Pinkleton. Pink, that guy, Carl. She likes Carl as well. Yeah, it's laying down on its own. Gravity is finally was able to kick in with enough weight, and while the Jufro was strong, the power finally overcame it, and it just fell over. So the main is coming in nice. Yes. Beautiful. Pinkleton, I'm gonna go to. well, I'm glad you're laughing. Ha 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 ha. My big strong man. Ha 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 ha. You know what, Air America? Have you guys ever seen the semis driving and it says Nussbaum? Are you guys familiar with that in the UK? The shipping company, Nussbaum? Because every time I see it and I'm on the highway and I'm driving and I see Nussbaum and Evie will say, I always think about back to Toy Story. And when Woody shows up with Buzz and he's at the tea party and he goes, come on, Buzz, we got to get out of here. Can't you see? I am Mrs. Nussbaum. Snap out of it, Buzz. Thank you. I needed that. Oh, it's a sham. Years of academy training wasted. You are a toy. You are a child's plaything. You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. Love Toy Story. It was a great flick. Great movie. Great movie, even till today. Number 1 and number 2 were good. Number 3 was starting to kind of push it. The wife said, put the pipe down. Patrick's wife, don't tell me how to do my job. Swift is everywhere. Now, here's something about Swift. That is Taylor Swift's grandfather's company. Did you know that? Taylor Swift's grandfather owns Swift Transportation, and that's the money that was used to promote her, and that's how she was able to become a big star. They put a huge promotion amount of money behind her, and that's where it came from. So that's Taylor Swift's family's company, Swift Shipping. Yeah. So how about that? Yep, that's I've seen her recording studio. I know exactly where it is. I know where all the recording studios are in Nashville. So when they show those people in Nashville in that TV show and they're all in the studios, I know where all of that is. That's all in one little area. And you'd be surprised. It is just a bunch of little houses, and you go inside and all the little rooms are set up, and there's just people sitting in there writing songs and stuff, trying to play on guitars, and literally people are hired to go sit in there and try. Swift is everywhere. It really is. Yeah, it really is. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train to Clarksville. That's the last train to Clarksville. Aqua Chinger. I remember the band Aqua. Do you remember Aqua? What'd you say, Phil? That reminds me. That reminds me, a saw and metal detector guy find a Buzz Lightyear ring. Oh, that's cool. Oh, did you? I don't know who that is. Kylie Minogue. Will I shave my head on a live stream? No. Never. It would take a super chat of epic proportions before I would shave my head again. Maybe I would get a haircut and even go back to a military style haircut, but I would never shave my head down like, never again. Never, never, never. Never, 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 never. It would take quite a bit before I could be convinced to do so. The most famous pop star in the world, Kylie Minogue. Minou, something like that. Oh, somebody said I look like the guy off of Orange County Choppers. So hold on. It was Jack over here, I think it was. So I want to see this picture. He says, yeah, Jack. Oh, that guy. Really? Really, Jack? Really? That's the best. Really? Oh, come on. He's blind. Oh, God. The way the hair parts is terrible. He doesn't have lusciousness. He's got some little curls. Nothing curls. These curls go all the way to the root. His are just like, ugh. Google her. She is an Aussie singer, very popular around the world. Never heard of her. And there's Danny Minogue, her sister. Am I saying the name right? Because I've never heard of these. When I put my hair back, the guy from... No, I don't know, man. I got a mane. I got a luscious, beautiful mane. He's got this stringy hair. And I guess with the glasses, and maybe because we both have a rounder face, I guess I can see it. But, damn. No, I got you. Minogue. Nope, never heard of her. Minogue. Okay, no, never heard of her. Never heard of him. Hold on. KylieMon. Okay, let's see. Kyle Monologue. Dancing. Love at First Sight. coming to the locomotion. Yeah, I have no idea who this girl is. No idea. $7 years ago. She's been around for a while too, huh? Well, 7 years ago, I was in Afghanistan when she came out then recently, so I probably missed out on that one right off the bat. Got another comment on that Facebook post. Let's see what this person has to say. Are we going to get negative or positive comment? I don't know. I've had a lot of positives, so it's probably time for a negative. Oh, nope, we got a positive one. She says, "Thank you for your service, Jeremy." Yeah, no problem. It was my pleasure. My pleasure. When I was in the military, people would always come up and thank you a lot. So I wanted to not be caught off guard for that. So when people said to me, "Thank you for my service," what I wanted the line I come up with as a very respectful, I think, response was I always used to say, "Thank you for your continued support." So when someone said, "Thank you for your service," to me, it was "Thank you for your support, your continued support." And I've always liked to use that. So when someone on this post thanks me for my service, I always like to thank them back for everything, because I think that's only fair. Because when people thank the military service, I as a soldier, I never understood I'm doing what I was supposed to do. This is my job. This is what you hired me to do. I'm doing it on behalf of you. So when you thank me, you're just thanking me for doing what you guys asked, what we agreed we would do. And I understand where people get from it and why they need to. But I'll tell you this, it was never the most embarrassing thing than having to walk through the airport and people start, the whole clap thing. And we were coming back from Afghanistan, and I guess we landed in Atlanta or something along those lines, a major airport, and we had to change planes. And it was just so many people clapping hands and all this stuff. And it's more embarrassing because I didn't feel like I deserved anything like that. I wasn't an infantryman. I did infantry work, but I wasn't an infantryman, and I didn't feel like there was anything there deserving rounds of applause. And it happened several times. There was one time I was flying somewhere. My mom had an emergency surgery, so I had to go fly to her to drive her home because she was on a vacation out of state when it happened. So it just so happened that they were waiting at this very small airport for me, and what happened was I landed in this little tiny airport, and it just so happened that I guess a group of veterans, Korean War veterans, were flying in too. So there was all these large groups there to welcome them. And when I came walking around the corner, my mom was there waiting, and I came up to give her a hug. The whole airport went crazy nuts when I came walking in, and it just so happens too that I was on the flight with a captain. And I was talking with him as we were walking and talking. I speak to captains. There was nothing wrong. He was a National Guard captain, and we're walking. And I was like, sir, it's always the most embarrassing thing when these people clap for us. It's so embarrassing. He was like, "Yeah, I know, but it's for them, and that's they need to feel this." And I was like, "I understand." So and as soon as we said that, we turned the corner, and that's when it happened. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Really? Well, I've met some. Well, that's very true too. That's true. Hold on, I want to see what's the numbers up. Last I checked, it was in the 400s on that post. So let's go back to the top and see what it's looking like now. 447. Positive results, mostly positive. I think I got 3 laughs at me now, so that's okay. Yeah, 3. Yeah, out of 3 out of 440 something. Yeah, that's great numbers. Great numbers. Who's messaging me now? There's Jack. There's Jack. Definitely, he says. Definitely. Yeah, Jack. Yeah. You guys are crazy. I look like, why is it everyone says I look, the longer the hair changes, just whatever length, it doesn't matter. People are always, oh, it's at this length you look like this person. This length you look like this person. Jesus. When do I look like me? Did you ever think that maybe he looks like, no, because he's much older than I am. They're much older than I am. But Seth Rogen is about my age, if not much, maybe a little older. Probably a little older than me. Definitely not as cool as I am, but you know, we can't all be perfect. Do I know Jimmy Barnes? Oh, we're good friends. No, I don't know Jimmy Barnes. Sorry. No, I do not know Jimmy Barnes. Is he another singer of some sort? Lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lolly, lollipop, lollipop. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. I love doing that to little babies too. It blows their mind. You start seeing them look at their finger and they're trying to figure it out. They're not sure and it's just funny as hell. I love doing that to little kids. Just show them something like amazing that blows their mind, and it's fun. It's fun watching their little minds try to figure something new out. They're like, "What? It can do that? I had no clue." And then their little brains are just working, and you see them. If you do that to a little kid, go up to like maybe a baby or a toddler. If you got grandchildren or children that are babies 2, 3 years old, give them a little pop. You'll see them stare at their own finger, trying to figure that one out. It's hilarious. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I like doing things like that. When I used to have my tongue ring in, I was standing at Walmart one time, and this lady was checking out, and she had her baby in the cart, and the kid's looking at me, and I'm looking at the kid, and I went, and I saw the kid going, trying to figure out what that was it saw on my tongue. It was my tongue ring, and the baby, I guess, had never seen it. I just, I always do that to little kids when their parents aren't looking. I make faces at them. I don't know, it's good for them. It's good for them. Social interaction. I was coming back from on my R&R flight in Iraq, and it was from Atlanta to Nashville. And I'm sitting down in my seat, and this lady comes up, nice lady, and she's holding a baby, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sitting here next to you." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool." And the baby gets the middle seat. Awesome. I don't know yet, Jack. Well, probably here in about 15, 20 minutes. About 15, 20 more minutes. And I see her struggling, trying to sit down and everything. She got the baby. And I'm like, I was in uniform too, coming back from my map. I'm like, "Would you like me to hold him while you get yourself all squared away?" She was like, "Oh, that'd be great too." So I was like, "Oh, sweet, cool. Cool." I haven't seen a baby and held a kid in a while anyway. I'd been in Iraq for 15 months. Or by then I was in Iraq I'd been in Iraq for 6 months, but I'd been in training for a year. So I really hadn't seen kids in almost 2 years, other than the ones in Iraq, and I was always having to yell at a lot of them, "Hey, can't do that," and I really didn't get to interact with them always as close as I wanted to. So, see you later, Phil. So, I'm holding the baby.
Phil.
So, holding the baby and everything, talking with the woman. She's like, "Oh, yeah, my husband's deployed." I'm like, "Oh, well, he'll be back before you know it." And the little baby was Spanish, and I was speaking a little Spanish to him and everything like that. Yeah, it was just interesting. Just getting to play with the baby. It was something that you didn't think about. I was like, it's cool to be around a little kid again. I haven't been around one of these in a while. It's just something interesting you forget about. Things like that. It was fine. The kid was cool. I think I wound up holding him most of the flight. He was comfortable. I was comfortable. No big deal. And I think that he kept pulling on my uniform, and she was telling me that, oh, he always does that to his dads. He pulls right on that spot. And I was like, well, I remember being a kid too, and when I was really little, anybody in uniform was dad. So it got I understood. And, if it was okay for the baby's mind to be tricked for a little bit, just to think that, oh, I recognize this. This is familiar to me. Maybe the baby felt okay. make him feel a little comfort. So obviously he thought, he did kept saying, dad, dad, dad. And I was like, no, not your dad, but that's okay. Close enough, huh? I know. We shop at the same store. But that's okay. Watch the cat video. Cheap wine and 3 days gross. I don't think it's a new one. Ooh, that's interesting. That sounds cool. Good night, Phil. Good night. That's a southern way of saying it. Good night, Phil. With good night, Phil. Shelly. Good night, Phil. That's the drunk way of saying you're gonna go to bed. This is a great party, guys, but I gotta go to bed. Good night. Good night, Phil. It's a video by Jimmy Barnes. Okay. Midnight Oil. Did you know that song, Midnight Oil? By Jimmy Barnes? No. Yeah, more drunk has Southern. It's a pleasure hanging out with y'all this evening. I got work a little more this. Good night, Phil. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. I love it. I love it. It's awesome. We made a new Southern word. Good night. Have you guys ever heard the Southern word? And I'm sure you have. Witcha did you? I'm sure you have. It's an old one. This isn't it's a joke, but it's not my joke. But you've never heard the Southern word witcha did you? Huh. Well, I'll go ahead and where are you from, Shell? Yeah, where are you from? That would help. Before and then I'll tell you about. I'll use witcha did you in a sentence. In the 70s. Yeah, but there are a lot of people saying a lot of stuff in the 70s. Oh, Colorado? No, Shelly, that's not the South. I'm sorry. That's the Midwest. Midwest. So, okay, so witcha did you? I'm going to use it in a sentence for you, okay? You ready? Man, I got my vehicle stuck in the mud. You didn't bring your truck, witcha did you? Witcha did you? There's also the Southern word gnuff. Gnuff is a very popular Southern word. The first one was an old Jeff Foxworthy one. Gnuff, I came up with gnuff. And the way I'll use the word gnuff in a sentence for you. Woo-wee, Evie's cooking her turkey this Thanksgiving. It smells good enough to eat. Good enough. How about that one? All right, we got about 10 minutes left, guys. 10 minutes left. Fixed it. Gnuff. Gnuff. It's gnuff. G-N-U-F. Gnuff. Gnuff to eat. Smells good enough to eat. Gnuff. There you go. Gnuff. Smells good enough to eat. Witcha did you? You didn't bring your truck, witcha did you? There you go. Or mayonnaise. That's a very Southern word. Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise pigs is getting pretty big. Might be time to slaughter them. Mayonnaise. And I guess there's aorta. Aorta. It's a very Southern word. For instance, that when used in a sentence would go, this isn't my material, this is somebody else's, but I'm just plagiarizing a bit. So now, gnuff is my own word. I did come up with gnuff. But the rest of these are from Jeff Foxworthy stuff. But I'm just telling them because they're funny. Aorta. Man, there's glass all in them kids' playground. Aorta, clean it up. Gnuff is one I did invent myself. It's a Southern word I came up with for myself. But that's some Southern words. So if you guys ever do come to visit Nashville, you've got some Southern words down so you know you can work on them before you get here. G'day. G'day. Welcome to Australia. OC. I'm ready to hear OC. Oh, see him over there? Okay, hold on. If I have a pen, I can get it real quick. All right, this is really fun. All right, hold on. I haven't done this in a while. 1 second. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Ein Moment, bitte. Just 1 second, people. Just 1 second. I gotta find a pen that works. We're gonna do something fun. Let's see. This will work right here. This should work. It's not. Damn it. Everything that could go wrong is. No, it's still not working well enough. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll just use a crayon. We're going to use a crayon. I know it'll work with a crayon. You can't go wrong with a crayon. And let alone there are Batman crayons. So I got some Batman crayons. So let me do this for you guys real quick. I'm going to write something out for you. I'm going to ask that you guys please try to read it to yourself out loud as best as you can. There's no wrong answer, so don't feel like if you get it wrong, there's anything that you got wrong. All right, almost done, almost done. Okay. All right, you ready? So you're going to read this to yourself as best as you can. Okay, you're not going to get it wrong. It's no big deal. Just ready? I'm going to give you guys some time to read that. Okay. I apologize on that one if it's a little messy. I'm sorry. There we go. All right, so go ahead and read that out loud or to yourself. If you can, do your best. Make sure it's coming through clear enough for you guys to read. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to type it out for you guys so you can see it. So we'll do it like this. You guys write this down for yourself real quick in order. So if you got a pen and paper, write it down in order. All right, almost done. Last one. There you go. All right. There you go. So you should write it down like that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. 5 in total. So write down the 5 lines and just stack them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then try to read it to yourself. And let me know once you've done it, and I will explain to you what this actually says. Okay, or what that actually means. I apologize I had to use a crayon, but we wanted to get it done quickly. So once again, you're writing down the line, and then I'm going to explain to you what it is. So you guys let me know when you are good to go and you've attempted. Again, don't beat yourself up if you're like, this isn't making sense. It's okay. It's just a joke. You've read it. Do you understand what it is, Jack?
Oh my gosh, that is so old. My dad used to do that to us.
Really? Everyone got it? No idea. Okay.
I got it.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read it for you like this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, you ready? Okay, this is actually a conversation between two Southern boys. And the first one goes, "Emmer ducks." And the other one goes, "Emmer not." And he goes, "Oh, is them more? See them wangs?" And the other one goes, "Emmer ducks." There you go. So it's a message between two Southern guys. Emmer ducks. Emmer not. Oh, is them more? See them wangs? Huh, Emmer ducks. Now you get it. It's the Southern boys. Them are ducks. So there you go. Well, I don't have an accent. Surprisingly, even around here, I don't have an accent. It's because we moved around so much, I never developed an accent for an area. Now, sometimes, though, an accent will come out based on the area I'm in, just because I start picking up on the accent so easily, and I can do voices, so... No, actually, well, maybe to you I have an accent, Jack, but even in America, people tell me I have no accent here. You know, when they talk to me on the phone, there's no way to identify where I'm from. When I tell people, "Where are you?" They say to me, "Where are you from?" "Tennessee." "Really? You don't sound like it." Then I go out west, and people, "Where are you from?" "Tennessee." "You don't sound like it." I'm like, "Where do I sound like I'm from?" "I don't know." "You don't have any accent." There's a northern accent, there's a southern accent, there's a Texan accent, there's a Californian accent, there's a Midwestern accent. I have neither. I have none. Zero. My voice is neutral. But I can do an accent like you lot. I like when I always ask other people, I'm like, do an American accent, and I don't know why the only thing they can do is Southern Cowboy. Is the only accent, you know, "Yeah, I'm gonna get me some barbecue." That's the only thing they come up with, too.
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian and Cartman.
"I'm going to blow up the Earth. I need my plutonium-129, and this Earth rabbit is stopping my progression of my plans."
I don't know how that was for Marvin the Martian. I've never tried to do Marvin the Martian. Just what I could remember. How was I need to know how that was. I need feedback. How was the voice, Marvin? Do I need to work on it or just scrap it all together? Y'all come back here now. I say, as a smart boy, not too bright. A little foghorn loghorn. Not really good at that one. Have a look on YouTube for an English action clip. See if they all sound similar to you. No, I can tell the differences between y'all's accents. Absolutely. I can tell that there's huge differences. Huge differences. Quick, Bill, get the shotgun. All right, Ma, I'm on it. Well, if his name was Bill, it wouldn't be Bill. It'd be, "Quick, Willie, get the pistol."
Well, thank you. I'll have to work on it some more. But as far as I know,
I don't know. I'll have to listen to it and work on it, but I think that was close to it.
ZX plutonium is the only thing necessary to accept my plan.
Wabbit. Y'all come back here. Y'all come back and see us now. Y'all come back and see us now, you hear? Tea and crumpets. It's because you know what it is Americans are like, dude, they get breaks for tea and crumpets. That sounds fantastic. We don't get tea and crumpet breaks. We don't get to use the word crumpets. Maybe that's the only time we get to use the word crumpet is then when they're insulting the British. Tea and a bicky. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Just time for your coffee break or whatever. Tea and crumpets. You have tea time, right? It's time for, I don't know. Whatever. Tea time. Right, are you having tea and crumpets with the Queen today? Scones? What's wrong with scones? A fag break? That always sounds so... I know what a fag is. You smoke a fag. He said, oh, that's funny. I don't know, though. Scones are great, not gonna lie. Absolutely, scones are delicious. But how do we say scones funny? It's not scones how you say it. Yes, it is. S-C-O-N-E-S. Cones is spelled C-O-N-E-S. That's cones. So, cones. Scones. Done. We figured that one out. What is it? Scones? Scones? But there's an E. That would exaggerate the owns. Own. Take out the E. Scones? No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Because nobody has one. It's always plural. Drop the E. Add the suffix es with the noun, verb. Triangulate. They don't even know what biscuits are. Biscuits are... I love biscuit. E is silent. Then it's not supposed to be. No, it's not. It's very much present. It's a very loud E. Sconies. That's what it is. Scones. Nothing like a nice fresh scone. In the morning. Welcome to the morning, coming all right, having a fresh scone. Top of a little bit of coffee, a little Irish whiskey to get your day started. Hello, there's the Joe. Finally stopping on by. I was wondering where you were, lad. It's about time you came into the live stream. Been hanging out here all day waiting for you. And then he finally stops in and he gets me with the yo. It's not even a matter of this is what you're going to do, lad. And it's just you got to come on by and say things. Right. No, it's not Jay Greenbaum. Debate time. No. Okay, debate time. Scone. Jelly equals jam. No, there's a huge difference between jelly and jam. Huge difference. It's as different as this is from this. You see what I'm saying? It looks similar, from the way you tilt. It could be, but it's not. There's a difference. It's as different as that is from that. There you go. Have you guys ever had iced tea? It's delicious. I just had some iced tea today. Explain the difference? I did. It's this to this. That's the difference. Yep. And preserves are a whole other thing in themselves. I don't know, man. I'm just pulling your string. Giving your chain a little rattle, if you will, Yuck, anything tea related is for the sick people who don't have taste buds. I don't know. There's this black tea that's we have it as an iced tea form. It's cold black tea, and it's delicious. Put a little ice in a glass, pour it over, get it ice cold. You cannot jelly your hand into a bag of chips, but you can jam it. Absolutely. Hot tea is gross. I don't like hot tea. That's nasty. That is disgusting. There's like 50 million flavors. Every one of them are terrible. You get a cup of tea, someone says, this is like kiwi, strawberry, mango. And you're like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Nope, that's crap. I'm not a huge fan of apple pie. I'll eat apple pie. I'm just not a huge. No, I'm just not a huge fan of apple pie. I like pumpkin pie. I like pecan pie. Love pecan pie. I like, but here's the thing: when I get a pecan pie, I just eat out the center. There's no point for the crust, so I just kind of just dig out the center and work my way around. Peppermint. Now I like peppermint. I love me some peppermint. Oh crap, guys! I didn't even realize I went over the 2-hour mark already. We're already at our time. Well, guys, then I mean, I guess we're gonna have to go. What'd I say? Pecan pie. Pecan pie. Yeah, it's pecan pie. I refuse to accept the pecan. It's not a pecan. It's pecan pie. Pecan pie. Pecan pie. We got some pecan. Pecan. There we go. You guys are messing up my wording. It's pecan pie. Look, she made a pecan pie. There you go. That's how you say it. I said, oh my God, you said pecan wrong. Pecan pie. Pecan, 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 whatever. No, it's not. A Crazy Americans in your English. Ha! Do you know what it is, Patrick? You know what it is? America took the English language, which you guys did a great job with. And then we added in so much cooler shit. Oh, that's just funny. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you. This is so much fun. Thank you so much for everybody stopping in. For those who jumped in late, sorry, I gotta go. For those who are watching at a later time, thank you for always watching and all your support. Thumbs up if you haven't already. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you. Thank you for wasting some of your life with me. And I'll see you guys later on the next one. Bye.